All right, here's our next job, guys. We did the driveway the other day, fixed that up for him. We got rid of this 1, 2, 3 piles of mixed whatever, mostly topsoil. And then I saved him a little bit of sand. This had a big pile of sand. And we're going to put a little sand in a little sandbox over there on the new swing. They didn't realize that's a sandbox. I said, let's use some of this. Make sure we don't get any stones in it. But this job, what we're going to do is we're getting mold on the inside wall. It's got drywall. This used to be a garage, and they've converted it into a little bedroom or something. It's like a little bed and breakfast, but they're not here very often, and they didn't notice it. But the siding is rotted on the bottom, has cedar shake. I'm assuming that it went down and touched the concrete. You can see it there. And you don't do that. And the reason is it'll wick water up, and you don't want that. You don't want it. So you want to keep a gap. It should have about a 1/2 inch or more. And see all this dirt here? This is critters like ants. And so I went inside. I'm not going to do it right now, but it's just simple drywall in there. And there's some black spots. And so you know it's wet. And he poked his finger through it and he says, yeah, it's wet. This has a fairly new roof on it, like a year. And so we know that the roof's not leaking, or at least we hope it's not. But the ceiling looked pretty good, so I didn't see any staining. But this is totally obvious. I come down here, told him right away the problem's right here. You know, that's the wall, what's left of it. So what I want to do, it's vinyl siding on the back, which is a shame. He doesn't want to take that off. Well, we probably have to. But we can get to this. And this cedar shake, I'm not sure what it's put on with. Usually 2 nails or staples. And the panels are, some of them are 16 inches. So they'll go up sometimes this high to the next course. So they'll skip a course and be way up here. So I think what we should do is come up into something good that we can work. Say this row right here. And then we snap a line across. So we need a chalk box, Dawson. We'll snap a line. We'll probably come down about 1.5 inches or more, so that the circular saw, that the blade's in about 1.5 inches, can cut through that. And we'll cut carefully if we can. The problem is I don't really want to cut the Tyvek, but already we can see the Tyvek is ripped. So I guess it doesn't matter, but if we can cut through this, I can slide the Tyvek up underneath the other, because I want a continuous water drain. And some of these, they're spaced out, but I can see the paper in there. So it's not too good. And you want to keep a little gap. They're not all warped and bowed out, so they're not too tight. But this was all covered with vines, and he cleaned it off, and then we see some issues. So we're going to come up, put a straight line, and give that a cut and see what we got for rot here. Keep it super straight. Exactly on the line. Look right there. We're going to cut through these and start peeling them off. Alright, so I started ripping these off. And the nails are staying. And they're breaking, obviously. And we got ants. Homeowner said there wasn't any ants, but there's ants in it. And we got these little bugs. I forgot what they're called. They're nasty. And then, look at, we got no wall in here. See that? So that's what we're working with. It's nasty. Dawson's cutting that out there. Little snakes just went up in there. Went right through that hole. It's kind of creepy putting my hand on him. So he slithered this way and went up. Yeah. How high did he go? So, all right. Alright guys, the little guy just stuck his head out of here. Put his tongue out at me. Where is he? Ugh. Yeah, he went up higher. There's his tail.
Yeah.
Where is that sucker?
He's up.
It's like a sleeping room in there. I don't want snakes in the wall, boys. We get all the winners. Dawson just said, why don't we get all these good jobs? I was hoping he'd fall right out. I wanted to show the homeowner what we're working with here. I don't want him to slither under my knees here. You ready? Why don't you stop that and start it? Gotta get that snake out of here. Where is he? It's kind of creepy. He just went up there. We got all kinds of things in this wall. What is that? A centipede, maybe? Never seen one that big before. He's about 3/8 of an inch thick and 2 inches something long. All right, now we're on the inside. See, the snakes can come through there. And then this used to be a garage, and they made it into like a little bedroom, but it smells so musty because it is, you know. They got a little bed in here and a TV room kind of thing. It's kind of cute, but he didn't think it was this bad, and it had a nice shelving unit, and he took that out and asked me if I could drywall it. And when I saw the discoloration over here, and I said, yeah, you got something going on. So we touched it down there and fell through it, and look at, there's no, the stud is right here, right, Dawson? Yeah. And it's like gone. There's nothing. Somewhere, yeah. Ain't no stud there, guys. It's all rotten. And the extent comes around this way, and he noticed like water over here. So that tells me that that whole corner crowd down through here is shot. There's a propane tank there, and then some other stuff, and it dives into the ground. I don't know exactly, I can't remember, but over there it's up in the air. So we might be in good shape on that side, but this whole gable end's got to be tore off. And there's a nest of snakes up in here somewhere higher than this outlet. So my suggestion is to gut the whole thing, because I wouldn't want to enclose the bottom and keep some snakes in there. Yeah. And so I'm waiting for the homeowner to tell me what's happening here, and then if we're going to continue. He has no choice. I mean, we got to open this up. And what I'd like to do is go on the outside first, and I'd like to take off the shake shingle all the way to the peak. It's not, you know, it's not a huge amount. And then I'd like to strip the OSB off and then drop all this rotten insulation out and do it in sections, and then I can see every stud, and then sister, cut, do what we got to do to get these studded better. And there is no ties across here, so you're relying on the rafter to keep the walls from spreading. And so from the outside, I saw this back wall's got a bow in it. So, I mean, this is understructured. I think I'm going to recommend to them right here above the window and door maybe to do a collar tie, and maybe in the beginning maybe cable it to pull it, and then put a collar tie in, and maybe you can do a ceiling fan or a lighting above it or something to make it look a little more attractive. But it's a very weak building when you build it like this. They're not trusses. Just rafters with no collar ties. You're asking for trouble. And then he wanted me to put a floor in here, and he wanted to do a large ceramic tile. And I said, how large? He goes, over 2 foot. And I said, no way. We got broken concrete, and I did a straight edge right there, and it was like 1.5 inches. And I said, you're going to have to do vinyl plank or something. It's the only product, unless we take everything out of here and do a floor level. You can see it over there at that door. It's got a sliding patio door. We're talking inches. This is out. It's high in the center and low in the sides. So somebody just slapped some concrete down and went with it. He lifted the carpet, and he's got I thought it was a dehumidifier, but it's just a air purifier, because he said it smells musty. Well, it is. The problem is he's got company coming in a week, and they want to stay here. So we either got to get right on this and go to town, which I recommend. I think it's going to take longer to piecemeal this than it would be to tear it off, buy new sheathing, do it. And if they're going to stay a couple days, I could always put a tarp or plastic up in here to keep the weather out. But you can't live like this. We'll have to continue. Follow along with the channel there, because we get some winters, don't we, D? We're here grossed out. I reached down, I lift that Tyvek up, and a snake went across my hand. I'm like, I'm done. So we gotta get a hold of the customer and see what he wants to do with this. Do a little side project for a minute. We're gonna get the bark chips out of here. We're gonna put fabric I brought, staple that in, and then we're gonna take some of that clean sand and put in there for the kids' little sandbox, and then to clean this mess up. We're gonna bring the tractor down, throw all this mess in the bucket, and then we'll sort it because it's all over. The wind's starting to blow. Let's talk to the homeowner on this, and it's extensive damage. It's no sill at all right here. It's not even there. The 2x4 is gone. And over here, that party of snakes went up in the wall, and I can't get them to come back out right now. And so we're going to clean all this mess up. And the mess goes around to the front too. The sill's gone there. So what I want to do, I told the homeowner, I want to strip all the shake off. I want to remove that window. It looks like a new construction nail fin J-track, so it's probably got roofing nails around it. Hopefully they tape the edge, we don't know. And then, it don't matter. And then strip all that off. We're going to take the sheathing off and repair the studs on the inside. We're, of course, take all that insulation out. It's all settled and rotten. And then we're going to take, vacuum the bays out. We're going to repair the studs that are bad. They're bad. And we might cut them and then put a section in and sister the side. We're going to put new insulation, new drywall. We're going to take the drywall off. We're going to do the whole thing properly. We're going to use probably a LP Smart Side, 4x8 sheets. It's pre-primed. We got shake over there. We got some kind of old barn boards up there. So we're going to put a vertical siding. He said he doesn't care. It's a quick product because putting two sheathings on here, siding and sheathing, it's going to cost more. We're going to take this vinyl siding off because it comes off on there. I got to take and move this propane tank. I'll set it over there. We'll use the tractor. And then I told him we got to be careful around the hostas and stuff, but we got to get in here, take the siding off, see what kind of problems on this side. Water comes down and it's sitting right on the ground. So I'm sure that sheathing is gone. But right now we're doing a little sandbox fix up, and this should look cute. Little girl, when she comes up, is going to like it. She's 3 years old. All right, so Dawson's measuring the width is 2 foot. Measure the length is probably 3 foot. Now measure your height. What is it? Roughly 5. Measure all around. 5. So we're going to add how much to each number here? 2 foot plus 3 foot plus 10, right? And then we're going to lay the fabric in here and staple it to the sides and keep it down about, what, an inch, inch and a half?
Yep.
So we'll probably add about, I don't know, probably 4 and 4 is 8 instead of 10. And then we'll staple that in, and then we'll put the sand in there. So Dawson found a little bucket, and he's not putting any stones in, just sand. He's got another bucket or so to go. And with the fabric stapled in there, the rainwater will go on through. I think if they found something to put over it, like a cover to keep leaves and debris out, good way to play, I'll leave a little bit of sand over here. After talking to the homeowner, we're going to hold off for a week because of schedule, and he's not around anyway. Wait a minute, push it down in there. There you go. And we're just stapling this up to keep any future water and debris out, and we're going to come down and clean that up. Show me the stapler, dude. There we go. All right. Now we're just raking up the debris, getting the nails, get this cleaned up. We'll lift that paper up and get everything out of here. We're going to throw it right in a bucket now. Remember, we're right next door, so just drove over here to get this debris because it's going to rip my garbage bags up. The debris cleaned up, and then there's our paper down. So We'll put a little bit of weight on it for the wind, but it should stay on there for a week or two till we get ready to do this. It's a little bit bigger project than the homeowner wanted to do right now, so we're gonna wait. He's got schedule free towards the end of the month, so we're gonna wait till mid-August. I thought it was our next video, but we're gonna move on to the next one. So there's Dawson's finished product. I'd probably put a couple more scoops in there, but the little girl's gonna play in there. That'll be fun. Dawson had one when he was little. All right, like I said, this is all finished up. We just did the little sand. I'll clean that up when we come back with the tractor. We gotta do a little bit, and then we're gonna work on this building. So I'll close this video out. It's just a teaser to what we're gonna be doing here next. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in a couple weeks on it.